as though I have conquered death. I live death every day. I am surrounded by it, smothered by it. Look at you now. He would have everlasting life. You seek to defy death, yet you cannot even defy sleep. And our like sleep is to death. It is a painted death.
Base. Let's have a little look.
My wife, she's missing. I fear terribly for her safety.
Some women are just looking for a reason to go missing.
She disappeared into the Ahedar Desert, the heart of the Whispering Waste.
As suicides go, it has an exotic appeal.
I fear she has returned to my former mansion. If you would track her, find her, bring her home.
You'd pay me in sad looks and liquor?
The mansion was never reclaimed by the tax collectors. Dark rumors swirl amid the whispering winds. Land leviathans maroon amid the dunes in cataclysms past. If my vault is untouched, its entire contents, the wealth of 5 noble generations, are yours.
You had your openers and closers reversed.
I should warn you, Sir Thief, or Nachtin the boards call it. The dead citadel. Worse still, the Whispering Wastes do not lie empty. Rumors swirl of a figure, stooped and shrouded in grey, face hidden, dragging a silver blade at his side, carving his way through the criminal element of 2 entire countries. None have divined its purpose, and it has only ever spoken one word, one most would not even recognize as a name.
Nosfero. Does this word not sound like the death bird culling the living dead at dawn? It is the name both ghouls and demons dare not say, for they know it means death for the undead.
Hard work, dedication, hard work, dedication.
What is up, all you fine people? It is great to see you here in the stream. We're going to have some fun today, and we're going to get started here. So let me add some cameras to this affair. Let me see if I can get this to work. What is going on with this main? Hold on a second here. Hold on a second. Let me see if this one's any better. Nope, that one's not much better. Well, that's weird. All right, so usually my setup is a little bit different. So let me subtract this one so we can start here. There we go. Why has that been switched up? Come on, people. Everything's going crazy in here today. All right, let me see if I can fix this. All right, we got that. We got that. Can we make that happen? There we are. Look at that. I'll be darned. Looks like we're starting to work here, guys. It is great to see you. Let's see who we've got here in the chat. We've got some channel members in here. We've got Timmy Mello up in this chat. It is great to see you, Timmy Mello. Welcome. We've got another channel member here, Cranberry Langers. It is great to see you. We've got Shipbird Militia, another channel member. General Piggy is a channel member here. It is great to see you. And then I'm going to get to the actual chat. I just want to make sure I get all the channel members before I get started. And let's see who we've got here. Let's see who we've got. My goodness, you guys are making it rain in the comments section. But yes, indeed, you did wake up at the right time, my friend. It is great to see you. Shipbird Militia, always good to see you in the house. Yes, I did have a wonderful Christmas. I hope all of you guys have had a wonderful Christmas. It has been something, man. It has been something, but it's been good. We've been working like crazy. I got a bunch of new paints, and things have been good. Hail to you, of course, General Piggy, channel member, good friend. The same thing goes with Timmy Mello, who had a harrowing experience, it sounds like, and it's good to have you here with us. I'm glad you're okay, my friend. I'm glad you're okay. Real Sean Crummel, it is great to see you, my friend. Who else am I seeing here? We've got Art and Times of Jay Ryan. We have got Dale A. It is great to see you. We have got Sheeple Hunter. It is great to see you. And we've got Sean Fair Schneily. It is great to see you as well. And Enrique Cabrera, if I missed it. I wanted to make sure I got it up on screen. But yes, and we've got Creative Faye Illustration. It is great to see you. Hello, hello. All right, guys, so let's talk a little bit. Let's talk about art. First of all, guys, in case you didn't know, we are closing out Shane Davis's amazing Inglorious Rex. It is the second 30 days closeout is today. If you have not backed that book, please do go back it and check it out. Shane is an amazing artist. He's an amazing storyteller. It is well worth it to check out that book and to back that book. I backed the Shane Davis cover. I'm a big fan of the Shane Davis cover. And so, you know, I love that, you know, it's a book about kaiju. It's a book about action. And the first book, if you haven't got it, you can catch up and grab a copy of that as well. The link is in the description. But Shane is just throwing down. This is going to be his third book that he puts out as a Comicsgate book, and I cannot wait to see what he does with it. I'm still in limbo between Christmas and New Year's Eve, says Dale 8. So am I. I was telling my wife, because she was talking to me about this, and I said, man, I feel like I've got to get back in the groove of things. And she goes, well, when's the last time you streamed? It wasn't that long ago. And I was, well, you guys know how it is. If you miss even a little bit, you just have to get yourself back into it. So this right here is, and hopefully this is coming in clear, is now that I'm using, back to using Ecamm again. This is the new double-page spread that I added into the book because I felt like the story needed it. And it is everything I hoped it would be. It is, it's a look into the character Amun al-Hazared, this new paper that I've been using for the last, God, I don't know how many pages because I've got so many pages I don't know what to do with myself here. It's great. but that I've been using for a little while here has been fantastic for getting the color vividness there. Oh my goodness, KSSS dropping links in the chat. And I want to say this, happy birthday, KSSS. And I hope you had a Merry Christmas and you're having a Happy New Year as well. Coming very soon, guys. Very soon, a new year. And yes, happy birthday to me as well. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And so if I can zoom or move the camera out a little bit, you can see the paints and everything else. One of the things that you will start to see, you know what, that does nothing. That doesn't work that well. But you will start to see how much detail and how big this page is going to be. It's going to be a stunner, and I cannot wait to put this whole thing together. So when I was working on this, one of the big things about it is, and it's different artists have different processes, but every page has to justify itself in the story, and it has to justify itself artistically. So it's got to be something that lives up. And I was trying to figure out how I was going to do that with this page. And when I came up with putting the twin eyes that really drive this story, that are sort of very Lovecraftian, they are extracted from this creature that Amun al-Hazared brings into the world in order to make his Necronomicon ex nihil. And that's gonna be the big, feature of this story. I went, of course, the double page spread that deals with his story. That I was thinking, I'll just mention it in passing, and then I thought, you know what? I want this in the story. I know Ethan has talked about this a lot. That it's adding pages is it adds cost, it adds time, it adds labor, but we do this stuff because we are making books for the best crew that there is. The best group of comic book fans and, frankly, pop culture fans that are out there. And I mentioned Shane Davis's Amazing and Glorious Rex 2, which is available. The link in the description. It is the last 30 days. I would love to see that book hit 200K. So if anyone has not backed it yet, please do. Shane always brings it. He's an amazing artist and a terrific guy. All of my experience with him has been overwhelmingly positive. And he's a fellow fight fan, and I love that. I respect the hell out of that. I don't know if he's into boxing as much as I am, but my God, if he's into any kind of combat sports, it's always great to meet new people who are into that stuff. But yeah, so the other one I was going to suggest is I have been listening to the audiobook almost on repeat just while I sort of chill at the end of the evening of RAZÖRFIST Death Mask. And for those of you guys who saw that trailer, you know me, that is not my trailer. I obviously did not make that, although I think it's fantastic. But I always try to do a special cut of trailers. Now, you might have noticed that I changed the music on Shane's trailer, but that was out of necessity. I guess the music is copywritten, so I got a copyright claim on my video when I played it the last time. So I just put in some metal music and just changed the timing a little bit. But with RAZÖRFIST, there was some really good animation in that trailer, but the timing was a little bit off. Like, it was very, very slow. And what I found was when I took that trailer to upload it, I could speed up the trailer, and the animation was actually really great, and it looks good. So if you have not checked out that book, Death Mask, and the first book, The Long Moonlight, check it out. RAZÖRFIST is getting it done with his work, with his pulps. And they're really nice hardcover editions. I think the signed editions are all sold out, but the audiobook is also available following the link below, and then there's more links on RAZÖRFIST's page for it, which is the Nightfall Saga or Nightfall Books link that's in the description. So this double page spread is going to be another really fun, really great work of art in this book, and it really I need those Pop-Tarts back. Oh no. Hail to the Pop-Tarts, man. That's what I have to say. Let's see here. KSSS says, the art times of Jay Ryan, and may the forces of evil always become confused on the way to your house. I agree with that. Yeah, I think that's sound advice. That's sound stuff. So yeah, I've been just getting, I had a really great Christmas. I hope all of you guys had a great Christmas. My wife got me some new tubes of paint. And I messaged John Malin about this because it just absolutely cracked me up. My wife, when I was taking the paint tubes out of the stocking, she informed me when I took out the white tube of white paint. She goes, "I'm sorry, they were all out of John Malin white," and I just bust out laughing. Oh, it's so good. Oh my god, she cracks me up. Yeah, you can never have enough Malin White. That's what I've found. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of painting. I did get in some downtime. Of course, I did eat like a crazy maniac over the break. I hope you guys did too. And it's a fun thing, you know. It's Nosfero as it wraps up. It's really just this action scene that I've got to do after this double page spread. It's the coolest thing about it is, one, I'm getting to stream in HD, and you guys are getting to see the process, sort of how it all began with me using Ecamm. Let me know if the picture looks okay, guys. I hope it's looking good. But that's been the really big thing for me, is I want to show people as much as I can the process of, you know, what I'm doing here. I mean, Shanthan Jetty Art as a channel is 100% about bringing you guys the best quality I can bring you, so that when people check these streams out, they really feel like they were, you know, right over the artwork as I was working, you know. And I think that that's a big part of it. And, you know, you get this with various books, you know, that you're seeing. We're putting so much, you know, quality and detail into it that I think that I've spent a lot of time over the break and just before the break thinking about, you know, where this YouTube channel is going. And for me, it really needs to go in the direction of just really high quality video and really high quality, you know, sound and things like that. So I've been looking into all the things I can do, and we're stepping, you know, every step we take on this thing, it's going, you know, better and better and better. And I'm going to be doing in the new year for channel members, one of my big goals, and I was looking at them today, is I'm going to show, like, do how to, sort of how to paint videos that are going to be, some are going to be for channel members, some are going to be on the channel, but I want to really make sure I make this stuff, you know, everything it can be. Oh, let me see here. American Comics Company. It's always good. You're always in good company when you have American Comics Company in the house. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you had a great holiday. And thank you so much, Cranberry Langers. Let's see here. Shipbird Militia is saying, old lady got me a bunch of paints and canvases for Christmas. Can't wait to get started. Excellent. Hey, listen, if you've got paints and canvases, you're going to love some of the videos I'm doing coming up, because I want to talk about, I mean, you guys get to see the process. I mean, I don't think in the history of comics, I don't think we've had a time period like we have now. I mean, think about it, where you can really see the whole process of a painting or a book coming together. Because when you go back and look at old television broadcasts from, you know, when I was coming up, you know, all the way up into the 90s, those things weren't even HD. So you'd get a 780, you know, or sorry, 780, 480, you know, DVD or something like that to try to learn how to do something. No comparison to 1080p or even 4K. And so, yeah, this has been a really fun thing for me to look into, how we can stream more effectively and how we can really get people to understand that what we're doing here in the Iron Age independent scene is we're making work, you know, right here in front of you, in your face. What is up, Leg Kick One? How are you doing? It is great to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a great time, and I hope you've had a great Christmas holiday or break if you got one, and a Happy New Year coming up. Let's see here. Sean Crummell, Lovecraftian themed Bob Ross. Hey, listen, from your lips to God's ears. I do appreciate that. What's up, Ice Queen? It is great to see you. And of course, we have to say happy birthday to KSS. That's the way it is. I feel like I added a few too many S's into that. But you know how it is. You know how it is. Once I get going, it just gets out of control. And so, yeah, as I was working on this page, I've also been exploring and watching a lot of fun channels. There's a massive channel some of you guys may have heard of that's out there, and it's called Grim Life Collective. And I want to give them a shout out, GRIMM Life Collective. And they do a lot of horror-themed videos and go and check different things out. They go to, like, filming locations, and they actually did a great video where they went to Sleepy Hollow, which I really enjoyed. So I've been watching a lot of really cool stuff and getting a lot of interesting, how do I word this? Because it's not so much tips, because I'm not, like, you know, I don't ask people questions so much as I watch their stuff, and I just go, oh, that's cool. I really got to work on this, you know, the quality of this thing I'm doing, or I want to play this whole thing up a little bit more where people get to see the process. So I've really enjoyed their channel. It's been a big inspiration. What is up, Joseph Dredd? It is great to see you. Hail, Shanth, and happy holidays. Happy holidays to everybody here. It is great to see you guys. Oh my gosh, Creative Fey Illustration. I got Copic markers and Prismacolor pencils. That is awesome. Congratulations on that, by the way. Those will be fun to work with. I know a lot of people who do some great stuff with Copics where they do tones and then they work into it with colored pencil. Sort of like what Drew Struzan did with his acrylic paintings, for those of you guys who are fans and know of Drew Struzan's work. And I always say that the art supplies are they're a really great gift, because you get to you just get to do something that kind of takes you away from your everyday, and get to play around with making work, and that's the fun part for me. That's the fun part. I'm going to move this over a little bit because I keep dropping things low a little bit, and I want to make sure it's not getting out of frame. But yeah, and so this is the part of the story that really is the understanding, and it's really me leaning into the Lovecraftian aspect of it. Because I will say this. I know that a lot of people talk about Lovecraft, and Lovecraft is a huge thing in the horror genre, and there's a lot of books that define themselves as Lovecraftian. And it's strange because I've actually I went to college in Providence, Rhode Island, and one of my mentors, a guy named Tom Seguros, actually had a studio in the Fleur-de-Lis building. Now, if you know your Lovecraft, you know the Fleur-de-Lis building is where the young artist who went to the same college I went to sculpted in a fever dream the first image of Cthulhu, and out of clay. And that's how the story starts. So it's really crazy. But following up with all that interesting Lovecraftian stuff. What is up, channel member Admiral Wackass? It is great to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Terrific to have you in the house, Admiral. I salute you. But this is the thing that's crazy about it, right? I was not a big reader, as many of you guys know. And so I got into Lovecraft later. And my first book of his was The Thing on the Doorstep, which I found absolutely terrifying. What a terrifying book. And really great stuff, though. And so I got into Lovecraft later on, listening to audiobooks, probably in my late 20s, I should say I read him in my late 20s, early 30s, and then I started listening to audiobooks like crazy in my late 30s, early 40s. And man, do I love that stuff. I love that stuff. And it is really, really crazy to think about. And so, yeah, the college they reference, I guess, were you talking about, sorry, I just missed this, Cranberry Langers. You said, really? I'm guessing you meant as far as the Lovecraft stuff. Yes, actually. I've been in the Fleur-de-Lis building, and I went to the same college that the artist who sculpts the clay creature in Call of Cthulhu went to. It's pretty weird, pretty strange. What is up, Sheeple Hunter? It is great to see you. Let me see here. I bought some Gundam model kits. Oh, there is something to do right there. To customize them, and that's the closest. How is that not being unbelievably artistic, man? That is crazy. Let's see here. It's more the cosmic elements that defines Lovecraftian horror. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think it's never get high on your own art supplies. You can never. Jeremy, my brother, Lord Crackhead 33. Also, Jeremy Ice and Fire 33. Dude, I love that, man. I feel like, hail, brother, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, my friend, and wishing you all the best this holiday season. Let me just say this. Yes, with the yellow sign. That's the one. You know it. That's the one. It's on Angel Street. Yep, it's on Angel Street. And I used to walk there all the time. Let me say this. I am so happy for Jeremy and all of the stuff that he's got going on, because this guy is a dyed-in-the-wool George R.R. Martin fan. And it is great to see that the new show is great and that he's having a great time with it. Makes me really, really happy. But also the fact that he gets to talk about something he's an absolute expert on, which is so cool. It's so great. And so, yeah, I've been working on this stuff because for me, I wanted to combine what I love about the Universal horror movies, the Hammer horror movies, all of those different, horror genres in terms of cinema, with the elements that really struck me about Lovecraft. And the stuff that really got me the most were some of the stories like Under the Pyramids, which are great. My favorite story still of Lovecraft's, because it is such a terrifying story in the best sense, is The Shadow over Innsmouth. That one is, holy cow, is that a great, great story with a great ending, great action scenes. I've probably listened to that one the most. But I also listen to The Hound and some of those other ones that are a bit terrifying. And that's the stuff that inspires what I'm doing right now, man. That's the stuff that sort of sucks me in when I'm doing this work. And so when I'm doing, when you see me doing a page like this, I want everything to sort of be melty and have this flow to it. And over break, I've been doing a lot of thinking about the action and the way that I represent certain things and illustrate certain things. And I actually have a new approach that I'm doing with the blood in these stories. So I wanted to have, whenever Nosfero is swinging his sword, I want, and he's just, taking somebody down, I wanted the blood to almost be like hanging in the air, like slow motion photography. Yes, At the Mountains of Madness is one of the greats, and it's got a great manga adaptation, but I love that one too. That one would be, that would be the book God, that's a toughie, isn't it? I think that's the book you have to start with, isn't it? Like, it's kind of the one you have to... Actually, Call of Cthulhu is probably the one you have to start with, but then At the Mountains of Madness has to be the second book you look at, right? I mean, and you're so right on that. At the Mountains of Madness is great. Yes, like Ribbons of Blood. Absolutely. I wanted it to feel like it was this kind of Art Nouveau sort of flow. So when I was doing the sketch that you guys saw me working on, and I was roughing in the blood for this one, where he is pulling the sword up, that is what I wanted it to have. Like, where these two are about to go to war, I wanted it to have that kind of creepy sort of, like you're seeing it in extreme slow-mo. And I just think that there's this aesthetic sort of quality that I want this to have, to where I just want you guys to get this book in the mail, and I want you to show it to everybody. I want you to be like, you got to check this out. Look at what we're doing over here. Like, I hang out with this dude and we draw. It's like, that's it. We're painting, we're hanging out, and we're making this stuff. Oh, I should say, my amazing wife got me a really great present in my my stocking this year, which is, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I had a mug from my favorite YouTube channel, Townsend's, and it fell off my desk and broke a year ago. And I was just so gutted because it's handmade, it's really pretty, and I love the stuff that they do over on their YouTube channel. It's just a beautiful mug, handcrafted. It's got a boar's head on it and everything like that. And she got me a replacement for it. So shout out to Mrs. Ingetti for getting me a replacement on that. Really cannot say how much I appreciate it. It's just been great, man. It's been great. And so, yes, let's see who else we've got here in the chat. We have got, hang on a second here. We've got 40% Zed. It is great to see you. Let me add you to the broadcast. Sean, if you're getting caught up on your fantasy reading, I'm in the same boat. Excellent. I recently read the Dying Earth book series by Jack Vance. My brother's been recommending those to me. And have Fritz Leiber's, is it Fafard and Gray Mouser up next? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Dude, I would love to check those out. That sounds great, man. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Real Sean Crummel. Yeah, the blood effect, I wanted to have this action quality to it. Let's see here. Unfortunately, Disney won't let me do an animated PG-13 Indiana Jones and the Call of Cthulhu. I would love to see that, man. I would love to see that as a flick, you know? And everybody's saying hello to 40% Zed. Yeah, that's the thing for me, right? Is that we need to have the best fiction we can have happening right now. We really do. People need escapism and they need fiction. And so as I'm working on this story, I feel a tremendous responsibility to present people with visual wonders. And it's not something that, you can, that is quick to make. It's not something that takes forever, interestingly enough, but it takes a long time to gain the skills to do this stuff. It takes a lot to get to the point where you can do it. And there's this aspect to it where it's like, is there a home for this skilled work? And thankfully, due to the wonders of the interwebs, there is a place for you to find an audience. And before I was able to really promote my stuff under CG, because it was just art books, I still launched it with the similar ethos on Indiegogo, and I saw that I could fund a book with an audience. I think I made about almost $8,000, $7,008 something on my first art book, and I made $6,000 on the next art book I did just almost less than a year after that book. I launched a second campaign, and so obviously having the advantage of Comicsgate and doing a comic book, this book has gone absolutely gangbusters. But it was my first real understanding that I could make this stuff happen. was doing those first books on my own as just a Shanthan Jetty art project. And this is still a Shanthan Jetty art project, but I am so grateful to have, Comicsgate and all of the people who've been so supportive here, and have fellow creators I can shoot the bull with and ask questions of if I want to and stuff like that. I mean, it's a fun scene, but you really have independence like we've never had before as artists. We get to make our own stuff. And it's been great. It's been great meeting all of you creators. And that's the cool part of it. What's up, Drawn Swords Graphics? It's great to see you, my friend. Love the flow and melt style. Thank you so much. It is with great love to my heroes, Jean-Giraud Mobius, and of course my biggest hero, who is Alphonse Mucha, that amazing Czech Art Nouveau artist. It was just beautiful. Let's see here. Add to broadcast. Did you have a big following before you launched the art books? Yes. I had about 15, or before algorithmic hijinks took over Instagram, I had about 15 to 16,000 Instagram followers, and it's been dropping because I've been posting there. But I think right now I have over 30,000 followers on Instagram. Just posting art, doing nothing else. No of the. I'm sure there's other stuff you can do, but back when it was back when you could actually post artwork and have it get to people, and it wasn't totally hidden. Yeah, I was able to grow an audience of. I almost at my peak. I think I was at 38,000. But yeah, then it was like all of a sudden Facebook bought them, and that was that. That's how it works. And so I've been enjoying. I'm looking at what the options are on Twitter right now, and for right now, YouTube's working pretty good. Thank you to all my channel members who are up in this place. I appreciate you guys. The super chats help. The memberships, channel members, thank you guys so much. That helps so much. But also, being able to crowdfund, being able to get the work out there, that is a big deal. But yeah, I've had a pretty big following for my artwork that was 100% not based on, really, I swear it humbles me, but it wasn't because I worked on some major project. I was just teaching at college, started an Instagram, and started posting my artwork, and it just went gangbusters. And it was one of those things that I probably would not have been as confident launching my first Comicsgate book if I didn't see what I was able to do beforehand with it. And so it was almost like my first two art books were not comics, but they were almost like a CG project nobody really knew about because, I think at that point, the biggest influence for me doing those books was what Ethan was doing with Comicsgate. So it was pretty incredible, man. It's been such a crazy ride. Like, this book is beyond my wildest expectations of what it could be. I am so grateful, man. Let me see here. Oh, my glasses just fell. Let's see here. If you love horror, back Unconditional Shove. There you go. Only 37 hours left. Indeed. Yes, indeed. Check it out. What is up, Julie Pascal? How are you doing? Hail to you. I hope you're doing well. Yes, Unconditional Shove. And then Blackjack here. Blackjack, I hope I said hi to you. I think I forgot to say hi. You were first in the chat. I started reading Fafard and Grey Mouser. Never finished it. I got sidetracked by Robert Asprin and Lynn Abbey's Thieves World and never went back. Is that good? Should I check that out? Let's see here. All right. Excellent, guys. Yeah, it's great to see you guys here in the chat. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button. You guys are rocking it today. But yeah, the longer I don't stream, the more it's hard to get back into the flow of things. So I love the holidays, love spending time with the family. My son, I've got to fix my desk up a little bit, but my son got me something to hold my laptop on that will clamp into my desk for Christmas. My son's a great kid. He saved up the money from all the work that he's been doing, and he bought me a wonderful Christmas present. Both my kids, they got me great Christmas presents this year, but it was so great to see him do that. To go and do. He said to me, he asked me, hey, Dad, like, what could I do for you that would make your life easier? I was just like, kid, the way you help around the house and all that stuff makes my life easier, man. It was a hell of a nice thing to be asked by your kid. And much love to him, and much love to my daughter, too, as well. Very proud of those guys. And they make the whole Christmas thing. That's what it's ultimately about, man. Spending time with the peeps. Yeah, there you go. Good one. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, hail to the waffles. Hail to Ellie Munoz. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. And I hope you're having a great holiday season, everybody. What if I was only... Thank you. Art and Times, J. Ryan, you just broke me. I know it's gonna happen every stream. I will tell you this, man. I am a legit easy laugher and on some levels. So I mean, when I'm focused, sometimes it's hard. But when it comes to the chat and going on shows, I love to have a good time, man. I don't understand not having a good time. How do I word it? The only things that really interest me at this point in my life are having meaningful experiences, having great laughs with great people, and just working really hard. I love hard work. It's one of my favorite things. And you guys make it possible for me. And there is no way that I could feel as confident, with this pitch if it wasn't for having backers. Not, pre-orders and things like that. Everybody, those sound great, right? But the amount of risk that we take, we need backers. Because you really are out there by yourself. And, it's an unnerving thing. We don't have a publisher behind us. We don't have any of that stuff. And backers are a completely different thing. I think that's why people don't understand about it. And when people were giving grief to Eric July, he was doing a pre-order. That's a very different thing. He has the resources to do that. But what's cool about Comicsgate is, and you guys are seeing it right here, and what's cool about what we're doing in this space, for that matter, is with all this skill, people would go, hey, wow, you're really skilled at doing all this stuff. Why don't you just get a book done? And look at some of the stuff out there. It's not easy to put out artwork that's not by committee. You guys make this possible, man. I'm adding Thieves World to the list. There you go. What is up? Michael Deach, how are you doing? When you're working on your passion, it doesn't feel like work. Absolutely. Absolutely. How do I word it? Yes. I think that's true. It's tough to say because when you're working on your passion, let me add something to that, if you don't mind, Michael. When you're working on your passion, the only reason you know it's work is because your rear end is killing you from sitting in that chair all day. That's about it. I think comic book artists and distance driving truckers, although their job require, like, if the focus involved, guys, for all of you guys out there who are truckers out there, God bless you, and thank you for the work you do. But it's that kind of quality. It's the discipline of sitting at the desk is the hardest part of it. But it's a blessing. I appreciate it so much, the opportunity to do this stuff. Got my teenage daughter set up with watercolors. Oh my God, excellent. Congratulations, man. That is awesome, Drawn Sword Graphics. I love hearing the parents in the chat. It's good to see you. Your passion can also drive you insane, especially how long it takes to make comics by yourself. Amen. That's where the discipline comes in. I see you climbing that hill. Why don't you just climb Everest? Well, you know what's so funny about it too is it really is like that. It really is like climbing. Here's what I would say to anybody who here's what I would offer for you guys, because I know you guys field questions about Comicsgate online. Like, people ask you questions like, well, what is it and why does this happen? Why does that happen? Comicsgate is not about creating comic books. It's not about, like, I should say, coming up with ideas for comic books. It's not about writing comic books. It's not about drawing or painting comic books or coloring comic books, although it does involve all of those things at some level. Comicsgate is about all of that other work you have to do that corporations supposedly do for you, or that are pre-done for you by the fact that it's a known IP when you create it. And although I don't think, how do I word it? I don't really think about what I'm doing. It's a story first. Intellectual property is the term they use. It's not my preferred term. But this is the thing. It's the hard work of the production aspect of it. There's no aspect that you get to not think about. So when I talk to people about this, and when people talk about it and they go, well, why crowdfunding? Why do you do this? It's like, well, because you don't have a salary. Because you don't have, like, this is everything. It's the money we raise is what we get for it in terms of a salary and getting paid is the production cost minus that number. And for anybody who's aware of supply chains and everything, that has not gotten cheaper. And so the commitment to come in and be a part of this space is a very serious commitment. And I tell people it's not something any creator takes lightly. So yeah, being a great penciler, being a great inker, you guys have seen that. You've seen people outside of this space who are great artists and are shocked that it's not as easy as it seems, because it's easier to have somebody else do all that work. But we work hard to do this stuff. We don't get to just, draw and paint. We have to be thinking about every single penny. And the hope is besides the autonomy, but that this stuff starts to allow us to create things that we build equity in. But you don't jump into this with that as anything approaching a guarantee. And so we really depend on you guys. I don't think I can overstate how important it is to have backers as opposed to pre-orders. Pre-orders don't put food on the table. They don't. And pre-orders do not give you any kind of space to be making this stuff. I don't know how anyone would do it. And let me see, Timmy, oh gosh, my chat didn't move from it. The struggle to build support, it's never easy, especially as we've learned in watching the process of crowdfunding. You're right. Then with the account of shadow banning, yeah, man, it is an uphill climb. Yep. There is effort and your body eventually complains, but the joy is there. You're absolutely right, Michael Deach. You know how I am about this stuff. I love it. Yeah, sub to Steve, that Star Wars boys, the most knowledgeable Star Wars fan in the universe. Very cool, and help him beat Jay Ryan to 100 subs. Oh, don't turn it into a battle, man. Unless you have to, Admiral. I know, Admiral, it's all about battles. Let's see here. If I had reservoirs of money, there would be so many more books to back in CG. But you know what? Every bit counts, Timmy Mello. So don't you worry about that. You do more than enough. I am beating Steve at the moment. You guys are killing me. So has anybody read the Tarnsman of Gore? Oh, interesting. I don't know that one. Let's see here. Or break Dean's heart and sub to Jay Ryan. You're up 3. Oh, there you go. Absolutely. Got a humble Dean. For me, Comicsgate is about passion for great comics and great entertainment. Amen, Blackjack. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah, and getting stuff that's not, not so staid, as I always like to say. Yeah, Jay Ryan dreams the impossible dream. Everest is no longer special anymore, though. There are now long queues of people each year willing to pay Sherpas to take them up to... That's just terrifying. Yeah, I don't know if I ever want to do that. The commitment is almost like a career itself, as John Malin demonstrates. 3 shows a week, editing and mentoring. Yes, indeed. Tons of CG artists and writing and illustrating his own comics. Yeah, guys. John Malin, we talk about the coach a lot, right? John is he's a special dude in terms of his commitment to what he's got to do. I think that people have to start their own YouTube channels and have to do this stuff and do their own shows before they understand what is involved. It is not, and I think the best part of Comicsgate is being able to be a backer and being able to sit back and hopefully be entertained and get cool books and know you're a part of supporting them and making them happen. So I always say that that's the fun part of it for me, is that aspect of it when I'm backing books. But yeah, as creators go and as people who are bedrocks of what we're doing here, he is, to me, he's just in his own category, man. He's in his own category. And just a real good dude. John has been really good to me, man. So it's I appreciate the hell out of that guy. And I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for John. I wouldn't even be here. So it's because the whole Indiegogo thing, that's why my stuff was on Indiegogo, in solidarity for being frankly censorship and blacklisting. But also I think another aspect of that was the fact that John really said, here's how you build a YouTube channel. And he has that great thing where he's like, I do not care if you're an introvert. Get your ass out there. Start building a channel. That's the hardest part. So going back to what I was saying is that the part of it that a lot of people who aren't in CG and aren't around this space like you guys are, he's got the black heart and soul of CG. Yes, he does. Malin is a great mentor. He even provides the wardrobe. Yeah, he does, man. But yeah, when people ask about this kind of stuff, building a YouTube channel is tough. And I've been at this for a couple of years, and I'm starting to figure out, what are the things that people are most interested in. I know Bancroft has been that way as well with the stuff he's doing. Rob has been, everybody has been doing their own thing and working at it. But it's a lot to do, and you have to do it on top of your other work. And so to get to where I got to, 1,000 subs, and I'm always trying to promote channels of people who are really putting the work in and doing stuff, to try to grow the channel. It's like, yeah, it takes a lot out of you, and there is no real blueprint. You have to, there's a blueprint in terms of you got to do it that John's laid out, but there's no blueprint for what's going to work on your channel. You kind of have to figure it out, because the goal is a bunch of independent channels. You know, the goal is independence. The goal isn't, you know, us having a system and everybody has to be the same thing. I mean, that to me, that's what the whole Iron Age creator thing is. That's why I look to people like young Rippa and RAZÖRFIST, as in addition to everybody in CG, or the Townsends, or even the folks over on Grim Life Collective, because they've been at this game for a very long time, promoting things they're passionate about, and they seem, you know, to, at least as far as I can tell, to come to it to earnestly. You know what I mean? And then that's a big part of it, right? It's like you guys know when somebody is into this stuff and when somebody isn't. And, you know, I can't, you know, if I'm not into, if it doesn't look like I'm into painting, then I'm doing something seriously wrong. One, because I am, but also because, you know, it's putting the time in. And I'm really, actually, sometimes I think that that YouTube is both difficult for introverts and it's great for introverts, because at the end of the day, when I'm working, I'm still kind of alone in the room, which is how I tend to like it. But I get to sort of hang out with you guys and show you the process. So it's a great way. I mean, I remember showing my portfolio around at conventions and things like that, and that was just brutal, man. Waiting in lines and just, you know, it's tough, man. And even if you had a good portfolio review, it's like, you know, and shoot, sometimes people would say, oh, I'm going to get you some work. Things don't pan out. And it's tough because, you know, you spend a lot of money to be there, and you spend a lot of time there, and you have a lot of energy. And I think that the one good thing about that is when you've experienced that level of rejection, it helps, man. It helps you to be strong for having context for what you do. You know, hail, absolutely, man. Hail John Malin. Hail the coach. Yeah, absolutely. He's a great mentor. He's a good dude. And you know, if John gives you his word on something, you can take it to the bank, as they say. He's just he's that kind of dude. And I've been fortunate. I've met a lot of cool people like that. You know, I've met a lot of cool people like that who are just like chipping away. But everybody is, you know, everybody who does this stuff like comes at it differently. Like I've really been impressed by how Eric July has sort of done his stuff and how he's built up, you know, what he does and his philosophy about comics, because he comes at it much more from a writer and continuity sense. And that's kind of the crazy thing to me is I come at it from, I like Pulp, so I like what RAZÖRFIST's doing with his model, but hell, man, it's cool. I like it all. Michael Deach says, leaving the corporate or academic arena to do all the business and promotion yourself is a huge step. Absolutely. I tried in the technology arena and had to scurry back to corporate. Takes guts, talent, and hard work. Absolutely. And listen, it takes courage to do what you did, man. And so never forget that. It's, yeah, you guys know this. We all get to this point sometimes where you start to realize that it's better to regret something you have done than to regret something that you haven't done. And I know that this was the right time for me to do this. And, you know, creating this story and seeing the story come together, it really has felt like being visited by the muse. And I've never really had that experience. I should say, I had that experience with my first two art books where I was creating, you know, single illustrations that were very much, were just like, I don't know where they were coming from. People were just reacting to them. And it was great. You know, like I was just painting whatever popped into my head, and all of a sudden all these people were following me on Instagram and were like, when's this art book coming out? I sold head sketches I've got head sketches that are in Europe right now, and I've got, you know, from those art books, and seeing people open my art book, tattoo artists in France and all these people all over the world. It was awesome. It was so awesome to see that stuff. And it was just, but it wasn't a narrative, and it wasn't a continuous story. So to see this happen with this story has been a whole nother thing. You know, it's been, I mean, every single step of the way here, I just try to keep the faith and keep moving, one foot in front of the other, and see how I can make this thing happen, and try to see where this thing is, because, you know, this is the other aspect of it, you know, and Michael Deach, I think, said it really well, about, you know, that it's something you love and you're passionate about. It also is sort of, I feel like it's this skill set or this ability that I'm meant to do something with, you know. I mean, it's really, I said to my wife the other day, I go, I've never really used this term a lot, because it always made me feel like I was thinking a little bit too much of myself, but it really is a God-given talent. And I think I think it's important to do something with it because I think that's what it's there for. And it's there to bring something inspiring or interesting or exciting or aesthetic to other people. And it's something that there's a responsibility to improve it and get better at it and nurture it. And that's what you guys make happen, man. Amen. Amen. And seriously, you have my respect. You know that. Yeah, there's always better perspective at another bite at the apple. Absolutely, that's right. There's always better perspective at another bite of the apple. You're totally right. Yeah, yes, indeed. Yeah, and I think that's kind of the thing, right? Is that people in this space really respond to bravery. Like I don't know how people like RAZÖRFIST just go full tilt the way that they do, and just he's just a machine. He's just out there making it happen. But I respect the hell out of the guy, for what he does. But when I was reading his books and I hear about let's be real, RAZÖRFIST's knowledge of Pulp history and the Shadow is something to behold. And that's something that I really respect because I'm that way with cinema. I'm that way with a lot of different stuff. So I love that. I love that detailed knowledge, and so he's a creator that I really I sort of connect with him. And then there's people funny enough, Shane Davis, guys, everybody who is not backed, please back. It is it's a great book. Inglorious Rex 2, guys. It's the final 24, actually last maybe 10 or 15 hours of the second 30 days on Inglorious Rex 2. Let's go out and back that. But I love people who have encyclopedic knowledge of kaiju movies. And Shane is pretty good. He's got a really great knowledge of it. But one of my favorite YouTube channels, Leslie Chambers Kaiju Reviews. He's got the guy who got me interested in collecting X Plus figures. And Star Ace now, I think, is one of the companies that their American division of kaiju. But I love hearing him. He just goes into detail, and I'm like, holy cow! Like he could tell you, if you ask him like who his favorite character is, he'll tell you the year and movie and incarnation of that character. And I'm like, whoa, this guy is awesome. So it's just I love listening to people with encyclopedic knowledge about this or knowledge about the stuff they're passionate about. Let's see here. Yes, indeed. Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see you guys seeing each other in the chat and in the stream. So yeah, I think that Shane and Yanzi have just been doing such incredible work with everything they're doing at Nine Lives, and it's great stuff, really great stuff. And I think that in spite of all the shadow banning and algorithmic idiocy, they've been able to do some incredible stuff, and I really want to make sure I can help get the word out about that book going forward. I want to talk about the stuff that they're doing because they're good people and they work really hard. They work really, really hard. And look, I always say this is that it's everybody I know that most people are I assume that most people are doing their best and they're trying to do things as well as they can. And so I don't ever think, oh well, everybody should do as well as this creator does with organizational skills or this or that, but like you still got to give it up when you see people who are just throwing down. And Shane and Yanzi are just they're in an incredible league when it comes to what they're doing at Nine Lives. They manage a lot, and being new parents and having recently bought a house, you got to give it up to those two. Real good people, working hard and just putting the time in. Putting a lot of time in and having just natural skill. They have a natural ability. I mean, Comicsgate and the indie scene was made for those guys. They're great. Oh yeah, Shelby has done. Yeah, Shelby has done amazing work for Shane and Yanzi too. Yeah, Shelby is great. If you haven't subscribed to Shelby Robertson YouTube channel for great draw streams and videos, criminally underappreciated. Yes, check out Shelby Robertson and the stuff he did for the charity stream, the fundraising stream to help pay for a funeral for a Comicsgate fan and creator of Type 1 was incredible. Like he's just a good dude. So yeah, check out Shelby Robertson. I love seeing the stuff he did, the inks he did over Liefeld stuff and some of the amazing stuff he has. I mean, my God. But he did great inks over Dil Keown for Phil with CG Vacation. Just a good dude, man. But then we're not. How do I word it? We're not short on good people. That's the good thing, And I feel like I really do. I love our fan base, and I love I love everybody. Frankly, I love my own fan base too. I love the fan base of everybody. But I'm really grateful for you guys who always show up to these streams and help get the word out about what we're doing. And I know that wherever it goes from here, and as things grow as they have been, as more and more people in other corners and circles are finding out about the stuff that I've been doing and you know, backing the books and things like that, you guys are always going to have a special place in my heart, because I think you remember the people who were there with you during those long draw streams and long nights, and you know, I always think about Stephen Rockwood and Admiral and all of you guys when you guys were saying, we've got to get this book to 500 backers, and I love you guys, but I was thinking, are you out of your minds? Are you out of your minds? It is. It's like, I mean, from your lips to God's ears, and here we are. I mean, here's where we are, you know. Yeah, absolutely, Michael Deach. Yancey and Shane seem like a powerful partnership. Yancey is a force. Amen. You ain't kidding, partner. You ain't kidding. Shelby was telling us how Shane is still working at the pace he was working when he was mainstream. Follow his channel. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Shane is a machine. I mean, for me, I would say I'm moving 5 times faster than the pace of the average academic, but I was always a machine. I mean, I was always spinning plates, making art books, and I was I was doing all of that stuff at the same time, and so I knew if I was going to do comics, because I have done comics before, but never painted comic like this, I was going to really have to go all in on it, because comics just demands an incredible amount of time. An incredible amount of time and dedication. It's a different beast. But I'm certainly learning so much about my artwork on this process, because every page of a comic book isn't just one painting. You know, it's a lot of paintings put together to make that page. And so to do all these interlocking paintings and to manage a story at the same time, holy cow, that is a feat, and I'm really proud of this book. I mean, I got to tell you guys, could not be prouder of what I've accomplished with this book so far, and you know, it really is just a question of, you know, getting those final pages, you know, together, but seeing the whole thing and how it's come along and how the stories come together. I know this world, and it's a really cool place, and we're creating this stuff out of whole cloth. You guys know this. You're here for it. I mean, this stuff is you know, it did not exist. It's not like we're taking IPs that already existed and just sort of getting that benefit of the doubt of, oh, cool, it's this, it's that. We're having to create this stuff. And whatever it takes to get it to be something that people want to buy, and in a lot of ways, I think that's why the stuff is, you know, the Comicsgate creators and the indie creators in our space, which is to say people who believe in capitalism, why they're just sort of a different breed, because I'm basically like, I have to paint the best paintings I've ever painted in my entire life to sell this thing, so that if the story doesn't catch people, you know, in the pitch, that the art does. But I want to make the best story I can possibly make, so that if the art alone isn't going to do it, then it's this, and I've got to create the coolest characters that I can create, and I've got to, you know, it's everything. I've got to do the best YouTube streams I can do. You know, it's all of that stuff, guys. It's all of that stuff, and that comes together to make for a great book. We just throw everything into it, throw everything in the kitchen sink in. And when I'm looking at, and I've shown you guys this, I'm going to show you guys a glimpse of this. I'm not going to announce the title or anything like that, but you guys have been good. You guys are being here on a stream, so let me show you this. These are very, very rough. But here is a look at some of the stuff that I'm looking at for book 2. So this is what we're doing. And these are very rough. These are the first sketches. And I'm not fooling with those until I get this book done. And that first character has evolved a lot. But this is going to be some cool stuff, guys. And thank you for the links to Nosfero. I appreciate it so much, Admiral. Much appreciated, my friend. Yeah, I bought a handful of pages that Shelby did for the Rec Supplemental. They were cool to look at and see with his thumbnails, etc. Yeah, oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to be... You guys know where we're going. It's going to be sick, man. It is going to be absolutely sick. Yes, indeed. Yeah, and I've got my my pages. I'm building boxes right now because I got to send out my artwork for the auction, and I didn't want these paintings to get lost in the mail. So we're gonna get those out there, and I cannot wait till people get those in their hands. I gotta bag them and board them within an inch of their lives, and then build some boxes because they're odd sizes. They're not all the boxes. You don't want them to get crushed. You don't want that. You don't want them to get bent or dinged. It's like, So yeah, I've got everybody's addresses lined up, and the box is ready to build, and then it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun shipping day, and then I get to send everybody confirmation emails, the shipping, and all that fun stuff. I love that stuff. When I sent to Jeremy Beckoned, when I sent him his original, it was so exciting to see him send me a photo of it up on his easel. So cool. Because I'm sending it to a new home, I'm sending it to new homes, and I love sending my artwork out to people. Because, I don't sell a lot of artwork, but when I do, it's always going to good people. Yeah, there's going to be some real... If you like stuff like Bernie Wrightson Swamp Thing, Sleepy Hollow, and in terms of tone, and you like... what is the name of that character? I can't believe I'm that tired that I can't remember it. Oh, this is embarrassing. Hold on a second. This is so embarrassing. I feel like I have it, but I feel like I'm also confused. Hang on a second, guys. How can I not think of this? And it's great to see you, Anthony Gonzalez Clark. How are you doing? Yo! Indeed. It's great to see you, my friend. Let me see here. Where the hell is it? It's one of the most famous things he's ever does. For God's sake. Where is it? Hold on. Death Dealer! Dear God, that took me forever. So yes, it's going to have like elements of Death Dealer, elements of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, which is one of my favorite books and favorite legends and myths, and a little bit of Swamp Thing thrown in there too, man. It's going to be some kick-ass stuff. Let me see here. I can't wait for the next auction because I got hired last week for a decent job, and I start next week. Congratulations on that. I bid on the Inglorious Rex piece, but got outbid. Listen, you know me. I love making money off of... I love Shane Davis's characters. God, I was so nervous doing that bit. I'll be honest with you guys, because I'm just like, God bless. Shane is such a great sport, and he's hilarious. But I was like, ugh, makes me nervous. But yeah, I will be doing more of that stuff because I'm actually a huge fan. Like, I'm a big kaiju fan, huge kaiju fan. And congratulations on your job, though. That is fantastic news. But I love kaiju, and I was actually, if I had a story for it, I had some great character designs or fun character designs, but I was going to do a kaiju book. That was my first idea for a CG book, but because my Instagram, I got known for doing King Kong, Godzilla, kaiju stuff. That was a big part of what people responded to in my work, but I just didn't have a story for it. So seeing Shane do Inglorious Rex is just awesome. That's the one. I hope one day I get hired by Shane to do a pinup or something like that for that, because that would be awesome, or a trading card, because I love doing. I'm not going to do artwork of non-indie characters. I'm going to be painting and doing art, if I do artwork, either of old school properties like The Shadow or Doc Savage or something like that, or Lovecrafty and stuff. Or I'm going to be doing, Comicsgate stuff, and RAZÖRFIST stuff, Eric July stuff. I want to do indie stuff. What is up, Eric the Guapo? It is great to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Good to have you here. Is that a penny in a sphere? That's actually a really good observation. I never thought about that. That's awesome, man. Yeah, kaiju battles, man. There's nothing like them. Amen. I wasn't able to watch the rest of the stream and wanted to go back for the art, but it's been taken down. Oh, no. And I'm kind of bummed. Oh, the auction stream has been? Huh. I thought it was still up. I thought I saw it, but who's to say? Yep, we work to have the money we really want to. Yeah, absolutely right. For what we really want to do. Amen. Amen. Yeah, that's why we do it. What's up, Random McGranderson? How are you doing, my friend? It is great to see you. Hold on a second. Whoa, did I get... I can't tell if I'm getting it on screen or not. Controversial counterpoint. Shane's monsters aren't big enough to be called kaiju. They're just large monsters. Listen, all I'm saying is if one of those things tries to break into my kitchen, it's a kaiju. That's all I'm saying, man. But hey, to each their own. Yeah, I love that stuff, though, man. Let's see here. Yeah, that's an 8-hour stream. Holy cow, yeah, it was. I think the auction stream got flagged. Did it? Oh, no. Let's see. Follow Anthony Gonzalez Clark Twitter and check out My Sister Suprema on Seasons on Arcaven. Oh, that's where RAZÖRFIST stuff is. Read a bunch of Suprema the other day. Read a bunch of Suprema the other day, and it's solid. There you go. Well said. That makes it sound like your kitchen is massive. No, it's not massive. Let me tell you, my kitchen is not a toenail of a Shane Davis kaiju. That's a sentence I never thought I was going to say when I woke up this morning, but here we are. So thank you. We've got 31 people watching. Is that actually true? My God, guys, hit the like button if you would, and make sure you're subscribed. You know what I mean? Goodness gracious, guys. You guys are awesome. And thank you to all the channel members. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you so much. That's why I love... Oh, crap. I just realized I don't know if I've updated the credits. I got to update those. If I didn't update them this week, I got to get it updated for the next show, because we did get some new channel members. I know a lot of you guys... I've got updated in there, but if I don't, I'm gonna have to get that updated because yeah, that's what we do here. Thank you guys so much for being in here today on this fine day, and do back Inglorious Rex, the great Shane Davis. It's his, I think today is his final day of the last or the second 30 days of the campaign, and I've backed the Shane Davis cover. I really like it. I just like the it's almost got a sort of a Shakespearean quality to it with the sitting in the rubble, sort of the throne of rubble piece. I really responded to it. It just had a really great quality to it artistically, and I actually, I mean, I tend to prefer the creator's cover, the creator of the book's cover. It's one of those things I have where I like the interior artwork to match the exterior, but it's also because I just like the creator's artwork. But I'll tell you what, that Dale Keown cover is ain't too shabby. That's beautiful. There's been a couple of times where I've really been drawn in by a variant cover, and Dale Keown's covers always are a draw for me. And another person whose covers I think are brilliant, for those of you guys who've got them, is I don't know if you guys like him as much as I do, but I love Jay Lee's Cyberfrog stuff, man. I love Jay Lee's Cyberfrog. Oh my gosh, and General Piggy, 2 months strong. 2 months membership. Oh my gosh, dude, has it been that long? Hail General Piggy. I love seeing that. That makes me unbelievably happy to see, man. Makes me unbelievably happy to see. I don't think I'm crazy. Maybe it was down temporarily. Okay, so it's back. Oh, that's good. And Ellie says, Sean's kitchen is just big enough for you to make 50 galleons of bouillabaisse. Absolutely right. That's what we do. Yeah, last second chance. What is up, Jimmy Reyes Art? How are you doing? Hola, amigos. Hola, Jimmy Reyes. How are you doing, man? How things? And I hope they are well. Let's see. Inca to the Stars, artist of his own project, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's coming out there, and I'm blanking on everybody's name because I'm starting to fade out. Guys, if we can get a link to the sign up for Jimmy's campaign in there, I would really appreciate that, guys. That would be great. I started drawing some Inglorious Rex fan art for his art contest, but didn't finish it on time. Yeah, isn't Inglorious Rex fun to draw? I'm working on some stuff for, what's up, Wardo? How are you doing? Hail to you guys. Oh my gosh, it's going nuts up in here. Look at all these fine people here, these fine folks. Channel members, we've got folks hanging out in the chat. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel if you are not. I've actually been having a lot of fun working on paintings of Boots and Heels characters too as well. So yeah, I love that stuff, man. Let's see here. Bucket list: draw a freakish whale kaiju. Whale kaiju to war with a rhino-like titan with terrain-destroying feats of power. I love that stuff, man. That's my jam right there. And General Piggy says, "Hail, my friends, Past Master Dan and Jimmy Reyes Art." There you go, Past Master Dan, making it happen. I believe in Ethan Van Sciver. I love that icon. I just saw that, man. That is beautiful. I do too. I believe in Ethan, and I hope he gets as much downtime as he deserves over his holiday season. I know he's always working, always thinking, but anything we can do to make things easier for the man, I'm all for, because he works really, really hard, and he's put a lot into this whole thing. I think the thing I will always be thankful to Ethan for more than anything, I know this is going to sound ridiculous, was during those early days of the Fandom Menace when I felt like the world had gone mad and no one else was in the world seemed to be talking about how horrendous what was going on with Star Wars was. Ethan was there, and I know that sounds kind of crazy considering all of the Comicsgate stuff that's happened since in terms of his contributions there and what I'm doing There's a million and one things I'm grateful to that guy for. Always fun. Always been very kind to me and supportive of what I'm doing. But yeah, God, those were crazy times. And I'm so glad we're living in a world where reality is starting to come forward. Do you know what I'm saying? It's good stuff. Yeah. Hail the Frog Santa, indeed. And I hope you had a Merry Christmas. A foot rub would be nice. Can I get a word in for you? Absolutely. Oh my God. You guys are killing me. Yeah. I love this chat. God bless you guys. 33. That's how many pages. We had 33 people watching for a second there. That's how many pages are in Nosfero. 33 likes. I like seeing it. It's one of my favorite numbers. That is why that's the page count. There is, besides the fact that I was deciding over whether or not I wanted to do add a double page spread. When I saw it would put me at 33 pages, that made the choice easy because I wanted to. There's some special meaning in that number for me, and yeah, so it was perfect how it all comes together. You guys know how I get with numbers, though. Just a little bit weird. Yeah, just a little strange. And someone was saying to me when I posted this image of the eyes on this. They were saying, oh man, Anna's going to be jealous. I'll tell you what, Anna is one of my painting buddies. It was really fun to paint on her stream. Although I think when it comes to painting streams, you guys know how it is. You guys want those close-ups, and it's really hard to paint stream with another person. But I love watching her paint streams. And I know my daughter likes watching Anna's paint streams because she makes artwork herself, and she loves that stuff. And it's great for her to see somebody doing representational artwork in oils. But this is going to be a fun one. Add to broadcast. I found Zach through comics and Ethan from there. I stuck around with Ethan for the Star Wars stuff. Yeah, it's funny. I came the exact opposite direction, whereas I was very much not watching YouTube for comics. So I was hanging out in places like, for my comic fix, I was hanging out on Comic Art Fans and places like that where people post really high-res scans of their original comic book artwork. So that's the stuff I would go into, and comic book artists' Instagram. So YouTube was not where that stuff was. For me, I know it was happening there. And so the thing that really got me going with that stuff was the Fandom stuff. And then when Ethan was talking about what was happening to him, I was like, this is freaking horrible. And it was amazing. I tell you what, guys, there's some beautiful, fortuitous things that happen. Let's see here. I still have no idea how people listen to you boy Zach without falling asleep. It's basically bedtime sounds. Well, you know what I think it is? Yeah, we all have I love that past match, Dan. We all have a strange story of how we got here. Isn't that the truth? For me, it was Luke Aglietta on Shay the Red Valkyrie's channel. He did an interview with Ethan for his channel. Whoa, I haven't heard that. That's a new story for me in terms of people finding this stuff. I will tell you this. I remember when I was in college and I got introduced to the work of Joseph Campbell on mythology, which was a huge influence on me for a very long time. It still is, but not as big as it was. And he talked about that when you put yourself in the right place, in the right zone, that you get this feeling you're being helped by hidden hands. And it's like how when I meet different friends, you get to a certain point where you go, how long have I known you? And it gets to be decades. And you can't even really remember when you became friends, when you went from acquaintances and people who knew each other to when you became friends. Those are things that just happen organically. They can't be forced, and you have these sort of chance meetings. I don't know how I got to the point where I was editing videos for Ethan. I just reached out to him and was like, hey man, it's like, I sent him a video. I can't remember what it was, but it was a blast. Yes, let's see. The only person more Zach is Birch, but that's because boy Zach at least has opinions. Well, no comment. But yeah, what's up, NTS Neon Todd Studios? It's great to see you. Hey everyone, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Yes, everybody is saying hello. It is great to see all you fine people here. Merry Christmas indeed. It's great to see you guys. Thank you for being here on this fine Tuesday. We're talking about Inglorious Rex today as well because it is the last day of the last day of the second 30 days, and then and then there we go. And so we need a big push on it. I want people to get out there and talk about it as much as possible. I know a vet, so when people say express, I have flashbacks. There you go. Ellie Munoz says, yeah, I found EVS from Viral Tussle at... Oh, yes, the Tussle at Toontown. Captain Chokeout. Yeah, I was showing that to my wife. I was crying. That has got to be one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Seriously. That is why he's a master YouTuber, man. He's amazing. EVS needs to hire someone to clip short bits from the long stream so he can add some shorter content without having to write videos for it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I mean, Ethan talked for a little while about hiring someone to do videos, and I told him if he wants to hire somebody, I'd be there in a minute, man. But, you know, it's like he's got to find the right person, and he's got to find the right stuff, you know, for that, because it's still time to direct somebody. Julie Pascal says, I like your boy Zach, and usually like Perch, I like Zach because he has takes on stuff that I can relate to because I'm weird. There you go. Zach got me thinking about comics again. I was already tracking Star Wars and other YouTube commentary on film. The overlap with Ethan tied me into CG. There you go, Michael Deitch. Well said. Anthony Gonzalez, Clark says, I didn't click on it. At Shanthan Jetty Art, should I finish my Inglorious Rex fan art even though the contest? Yes, absolutely. Even though the contest is over, how can I get you to see the sketch? Post it on Twitter and yeah, at me. That's a good way to do it. And at Shane too, for that matter. I got here after listening to Ethan's keyboard playing and Songs of Butter. Oh my gosh, yeah. When you're asleep, that's when I creep and I lick all the butter in your fridge. Gotta love it, man. You gotta love it, guys. Yeah, it's good stuff. Let me see here. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see what's happening here. Let me go to here and let me see. All right. Just checking on some stuff here. Stand by. God, I don't want that. Whatever I just clicked on. That was terrifying. All right. Subscriptions. There we go. All right, just making sure. I don't know when Ethan's firing up a stream, so let me know when if anybody sees him firing up a stream. I want to make sure I'm there. And we've got Ellie Munoz, channel member. I got to make sure I give shout-outs to channel members. It doesn't come up here as easily. So Ellie Munoz, thank you for being a channel member. It is great to see you here. General Piggy, thank you so much. Random McRanderson, another channel member. Great to see you here in the chat. Admiral Wackass, another channel member. Great to see you here in the chat. Let's see if I've missed any other channel members in here. Let me know in the chat. General Piggy's been going 2 months strong, and he's got a 2-month member chat up there on the screen, which I was great to see. And for some reason, it doesn't give me those. I don't know why. Let's see here. I started looking into YouTube comic stuff because my friend got hired to write Barbarella. Oh, that's awesome. I was just watching that movie the other day. Ethan's going to copyright claim this stream. I think he should. When I sing his... Although, the way I butchered that music, I mean, goodness gracious. I don't think he wants to be affiliated with it. I heard about John Malin from Popular Comic Book Site. They said that he put Dark City movie reference in his work. Whoa, very cool. And it was considered white... Oh, that's ridiculous. And I realized something nutty was going on. Yes, I remember that, which was absolutely ridiculous. Dark City is so cool. A movie that, doesn't get as much credit as it deserves, but I think it's getting there. Yeah, there you go, man. Oh, my goodness. Thank you guys for being here to see this work come together. I will say this, guys. I'm having a blast doing this stuff, and I am really, really grateful for you guys as fans and everything that's been going on with Nosfero. It's terrific. I have got to go and grab something to eat because I am about to pass out. But I just wanted to come in here and stream with you guys for a little bit. I know there's going to be a lot of stuff happening on Comicsgate Kings all night. We're going to be celebrating Shane Davis's Inglorious Rex. Do check it out. An amazing, amazing dude. And I'm going to give you a couple of glimpses of some fun things for those of you guys that are here still. Let's do some fun, quick catch-up glimpses on some stuff. There was some kind of Shell Beach reference people went crazy over. Oh, yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's right, because there was a sign that references to this place you can never get to. You know, I really enjoyed seeing Noah, the 17-year-old comic creator, on Ethan's stream the other night. Oh, he was on there. Cool. His excitement was awesome to see, and his book, Mavericks, looks awesome. Oh, that is so great. Yeah, Dark City was a great movie. Absolutely. Oh, that's so great Noah was on. That's so cool. So just to recap, here are some very loose sketches of what stuff we're thinking about for Book 2 of Nosfero. Been having some fun with getting a really cool viscous quality to the blood in the action scenes on Nosfero. And something I didn't get a chance to get into today, but because I'm going to be selling this painting, I'm now painting it out to the edge. And so this is a little bit of a glimpse of the stuff I'm doing on that boots and heels painting. For those of you guys who are curious, I got a long way to go on it, designing the claws and the gauntlets. But we are going to be having a ton of fun on this channel. I'm going to be doing more art streams for channel members. I'm going to be doing some cool shorter form videos that are also going to be premiered there, and then I'm going to put them out to the masses. But I want us to keep having fun, guys. Comicsgate is a wonderful place to come hang out, and so we're going to be having a lot of streams tonight celebrating Shane and celebrating Inglorious Rex and everything that's going on in this little crazy corner of the internet that we've got. And let's just keep growing this place. You know, if you see somebody who's looking for fun entertainment and comics and loves painted stuff and interested, tell them about my channel, man. Let's keep getting the word out, growing this thing, and tell them about all the great books that we're doing that you guys make possible with your backing, that you guys make possible. I mean, we get to do some of the coolest and craziest fantasy stuff as a result of having some of the best dang fans in the business. And amen, American Comics Company. We're just going to keep going. That's what we do here. While they sleep, we work. That is what we do. And I'm having a great time with this stuff. Yes, Graham Nolan, Shenu, sorry. God, what is wrong with me? Before I knew about Comicsgate, I discovered EVS's channel soon after, YouTube channel. There you go. Comicsgate Strong and Comicsgate Explained. Right on, guys. Right on. Excellent. I will check it out, Anthony Gonzalez Clark. I'll absolutely check it out. But thank you guys so much for being here. And yes, thank you guys for being here, Sheeple Hunter. And thank you, Timmy Mello. Yeah, let's grow this. Yeah, let's grow this thing. And people need positivity out there in this world. Let's keep doing it. You know what I mean? Past Master Dan, hail to you, my friend. Always saying hail to everybody in the chat. Love your work, buddy. Thank you, Jimmy Reyes. I appreciate it, brother. Back at you, man. Let's just keep working. Let's just keep getting this stuff done. And we're going to do great things together, as we've already done great things together. We're going to continue to do great things together, guys. So let's just keep rocking this stuff, and it's going to be a blast. I will see all of you guys soon. Have a great day. I'll be in the chat if I'm not in the stream, promoting Shane's closeout, guys. And so we'll just see. We'll see what we do. But I will see you guys around. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful Tuesday. I appreciate you. Thank you for everything you're doing for Nosfero. And I'm going to close this out with the credits of the channel members. And if your name isn't in there, I will get it added shortly. I promise. I forgot to add it because of the holidays. So apologies for that. But I think I have a lot of people in there. But I do need to make sure I do more. So here you guys go. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. You guys are great. Thank you for all of the kind support and for being here today, guys. And take care. I will see you guys soon. And yeah, peace and stay gold. It is always appreciated. Yeah, take care.
Dedication, hard work, dedication.